Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Snowy day here in April, can you believe it? Heading over to the routine, trying to get healthy, lose weight. I gain weight pretty easily, not really easy, I mean I eat a lot, but I lose it pretty easily if I just stick to a normal healthy diet. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And what else do I have to do? Nothing. Made some pizza last night. That was so good, so good. I didn't make the dough. I have to tell you. And that's the whole thing. Is the dough. I buy the dough at Whole Foods, and I buy like 2 or 3 of them at a time, and I just throw them in the freezer, and they last. Take a look at the snow. So, yeah, another day in the pandemic world. So I've been reading a lot of articles, and they just did a study here in Massachusetts in Chelsea, because Chelsea's like a hot spot. And what they did was that Mass General Hospital has come up with some type of blood test that you can, it's not been FDA approved, but I guess they're able to use it here in Massachusetts. And they basically prick the finger of random people, get a blood sample, and within 5 minutes you can tell if they're positive or negative. And so they did that to like 200 random people. And out of those 200 people, 30% of them tested positive. And these are just random people walking along the street who have no clue that they have any virus or they're sick. They're not coughing, they're not sneezing, they're not doing anything. So it's just blows my mind. But here's the thing. All these people, and then they did another test in California, and they did an antibody test where they tested random people for antibodies, and based on that study, they found that the coronavirus there's 85 times more people that have it than have been reported based on that test. So however many reported cases there are in California, you multiply by 85, and that's what the real number it really is. So this says 2 things. One, a lot of people have it that don't know they have it, and they're spreading it. And then the other thing is that it's really not as deadly a virus as everyone thinks it is. Now, have people died? Yes, it's awful. Hopefully no more people will die from this virus. But the fact of the matter is, when you compare the number of deaths to the actual number of people who actually have it, the death rate is much lower than what anybody has anticipated on this virus. I mean, I should be living proof. I mean, I flew from Bohol to Manila, from Manila to New York, JFK, which is, the epicenter of this virus. And I did that March 11th, March 12th. And that was when things were really kind of like, really moving along like a locomotive. Things were spreading fast right then. And I don't think I have it. Maybe I did, maybe I got it, I don't know. But I'm still standing as of now, hopefully. So I don't know. Is the cure worse than, are we doing more harm to ourselves and the economy? I mean, just sitting in your house listening to the news every day will make you want to commit suicide. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, how many people are out there that are already suffering with depression? And then you throw them in a hole, lock them up in their house, and then they listen to the news every day. I mean, I would like to know how many people have died from this virus who didn't have to die, who committed suicide because of this problem of locking everybody up. And that's just one example. There's going to be so many side effects of this problem, of just shutting everything down. Now, I mean, I agree with what they've done so far of social distancing and keeping everybody at home. But at some point, we all have to go back to work. I mean, life has to go on. It has to. you know. And I'm not sure, you know, they talk about herd immunity, like if so many people get it, then, you know, there's more people are immune to it, it won't spread as much. But I don't believe that either, because, you know, they don't really know if the virus is mutating, if it's going to mutate. And once it does, it basically becomes, this car is awful. Once it mutates, then that's it. It's just like the flu. Every year you got to get a different shot, different vaccine. And even if you get the flu shot, they always tell you, there's no guarantee this one will work. You know, so, you know, it's just one of these things. Ugh. I just want to go clam digging. But I can't go clam digging because I can't get my permit because the municipal is closed. And if I go down to the area where you go clam digging, and there's always a game warden there, but they don't always ask you for the permit, you know. But with my luck, I'll go down there and they'll say, "Where's your permit?" And that's it. I'll get probably like $1,000 fine. But I can't get my permit right now for clam digging because the municipal is closed. But the thing is that if you had a permit last year, which I didn't, but if you had a permit last year, then they're extending it so you can use it until the municipal opens. But I didn't get one last year. I wasn't here. So I do miss everybody. Miss my girls. Lynn posted a funny video of me dancing in the street like a clown. Oh god. We're running out of content. We're running out of videos. You know. Trying to keep everybody happy. Trying to keep myself happy at the same time. You know, it's already, I should have already been on a plane heading back to the Philippines, but I think they're going to lock down the Philippines until the end of May. And then, of course, we get to the end of May, they'll say it'll be the end of June. Then the end of June, they'll say it'll be the end of July. I think there's a chance. I don't know if it's a small chance or a big chance, but I think there's a chance I might not even be able to get back to the Philippines until 2021. That's my biggest fear. And if that's the case, then I got to get back to work. I got to start reaching out to my database and start getting back in the game. It's just a game. Real estate's a game, and you're either playing it or you're not playing it. So right for the past year, I haven't been in the game. So if I'm gonna be stuck here, I gotta get back in it. But I don't know if the stairs will be. The police are here, so I can't go and do my walking. I don't know what they will. What they'll say to me. How do I say get out of here? I'm gonna walk up the hill over here. I'm gonna park over here, guys, and do my walk over here. Park on the side of the road. Right here. Put my jacket on. So here we are. We're back in the cold weather. Not good. It's not good. I need to get back. Need to get back to the warm weather. Hopefully there's nobody in here. Because I'm just talking to myself. People will say, "Wow, what's wrong with this guy? Let's arrest him." It's not the Philippines. So, I don't know. What can we talk about today? Solar power. I had a conversation with Joe Seeley, and he gave me some good info. So I guess Joe was telling me that he had an experience with the solar power last year, and that Bohico hadn't approved any tie-in systems. And what that means is that if you have solar power, all the extra stuff goes back into the grid and you get credit for it. So I'm back in the car. and it's just too hard to video and walk up the hill. I'm out of breath, and it's just doesn't make for a very pleasant experience. But what I was saying was that Joe had told me he looked into solar power last year, and he found that Bohico hadn't approved any of the tie-in systems yet, which is so typical. No reason for that. They're just looking for the right company to partner up with, to, you know. So anyways, so I after I talked to him about it, I went online and I found Meyer, I think it's Meyer or Miller, Miser, I think it's Miser, Meiser, I think. They're doing business in Bohol. It sounds like it's a German company, and they posted on their Facebook account that they had successfully done a few installations of the grid tie-in system with Bohico. It's good news. That's good news. That means that they are on the right path, and I'm gonna have to give that company a call when I get back. I don't want Lynn to handle all that. It's just too much. So I'm going to look into that, but I can already tell you it's not going to be an easy process. Just by the Facebook post that they posted, it sounded like it took a long time to work with Bohico on getting the system installed. So we'll see. I'm going to look into that. I really think the electricity, I'd rather spend my money on the electricity than on a well. What I might do, I mean, we do get water, but lately, because it's so dry that it hasn't been reaching us. So what my thought is, someone gave me an idea of building a cistern, like my PI Dreams. And I remember I watched that video and I saw it, but I just put it in the back of my mind. I can't really collect any rainwater. I don't have any gutters, and I don't plan on putting any gutters on my house. But what I can do is when the water is on, I can fill up the cistern and have a backup supply. And so what I might do is give Sammy something to do, is dig a, jackhammer out a pretty good size hole in the ground in front of the storage house. And actually it'll be on the side of the storage house, because I want to put a slab of cement there anyways. Because that's where we hang up the clothes, and I don't want the clothes, falling off the line into the dirt. It's nice if there's a big cement slab there, where the workers, where we do the cleaning and stuff like that. So my idea is to dig a big cistern over there, and then you cap it off with a cement cover, and this kills two birds with one stone. And then when the water is on, we just fill that tank up, and then put a submersible pump in there, and we pump it out into the tank when we need it. So when we need the extra water, we've got this huge cistern full of water. So I think it's a good idea. I'm going to have Sammy, once he's done with the fence, I'm going to have him start working on that. All I just want to know is, I'm going to have to do some Googling about the cistern. Do you need a special type of cement in the cistern, so that when you pump it out, you're not pumping out all those chemicals from the cement into your water tank? I mean, we don't drink the water, but we shower with it, and we wash our dishes with it, So I want to make sure that we have a sanitary tank, So I have to look into that. I gotta really look into that. I'm very, very weird about my water. I look inside the tank and it's dirty. It's like I can't even take a shower. But I guess that's just the norm, because the sediment settles down to the bottom of the tank. I mean, when you shower, the water tastes, the water feels clean. But when you look at the tank, the storage tank, the sediment is, it's like sand on the bottom of the tank. So yeah, so I think my plan is to go with the solar system, and then put a cistern in for the backup water, and that'll solve the problem. I don't think we're going to be able to get a well, but Lynn did call Ubai Machineries that Joe gave us the number for. And I just want to say, Joe and Nat, thank you so much. They're always helping us in so many ways. They don't even realize it. I mean, they're just a wealth of knowledge. Joe has been in the Philippines for a long time. He knows everything about everything, because he's already done it. He's already been there and done it. And for him to share his knowledge and his experience with me, it saves me probably 3, 4, 5 years of trial and error. Just one conversation with him saves me about 3 or 4 years of trial and error. It's true. It really does. And I appreciate it so so much. My glasses just fell down the hole. So that's the news. I'm gonna hopefully get, and I think it's a good idea to put the solar on top of the carport. But we'll see. I don't know if I really want it there, just because it's gonna take away the aesthetics of the property. I'd rather have it over in the corner by the storage house where that's the work area. No one really sees it. That's why I have the big bamboo fence up there. That whole corner is secluded from the rest of the property. So that's why if you see our videos, it's always a mess in there. Because that's what it's meant for. That area is the work area. And it's separated from the rest of the property. And I would be nice if I can somehow get my solar panels over there in that corner. But it's very close to the road, and I don't want people will throw rocks at it. I know they will. It's just life. It's just the life. Just gonna wrap this one up because I gotta get going. I got things to do. Talk to you guys later. Hopefully you like my dancing. And I probably should do more dancing. I probably will lose some weight that way, right? So oh yeah, and then it's always funny, and I really wish they had a system where you could see who gives you the the thumbs down button. Yeah, I really wish that you could see who did that. Come on, guys, why can't you give me a thumbs down? I did a good dance. Jesus Christ. See you later.